H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is Wednesday, my favorite day of the year, the favorite day of the week. uh, my favorite day of the week is Women Rock Wednesday, and I can't wait to get this show started today. Let me see. I got some stuff going on. Okay, yeah. Show everybody. Let me get on the show right now manually because you can't do it until the show is live. There go Robert Hatter and popped up. I'm gonna share it to my friends. I hope you sharing it to your friends. I'm gonna go to my groups, and I got a few groups I'm a part of. I'm gonna share it to those 3 groups, and then what I do, I go over to YouTube. I go over to YouTube and I click on a share button because you can share from YouTube also. And go to the share button and it give me an option. And my option usually is, let me go over here to YouTube. See, I'm talking. Get out of there. Uh, see, I told y'all. So I share it to Twitter. I share it to Twitter. And people on Twitter will know that I shared, so they'll know. Somebody just sent me a text because I sent them one, and they said I had no idea. Hold up, he said I had no idea they ain't got no. Oh, wow, no, boy. Gosh, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk. Let's talk. God, we got to talk. I just got a text. We got to talk. Women Rock Wednesday. Mamas, we got to talk. Aunties, we got to talk. Uh, we got to talk. Share the show, everybody, fellas. I can't acknowledge you yet. I see you up on the screen, but share the show. I got to talk to the moms. What's the use in going around and playing basketball, and we don't have the proper grades to get in college? What are we doing? Don't they call it hustling backwards? Why are we playing basketball? I think we need to be somewhere studying. So what's the use in going to every basketball event and balling your tail off, but we don't have grades? Will somebody explain that to me? Share the show, y'all, because I just, let me see if anybody I can talk to on the show. I got to talk to somebody because this just got to me just a second ago. This just got to old Rob. Y'all, I don't like that. I really don't. I really don't like that. Uh, I'm not happy. Sonia, Patrick Henry, uh, Barry McDonald, Sonia, Barry. Sonia, Barry, I've been on this show, doing this show for 7, 8 years. I tried to be an example. Patrick Henry, I tell you about what happens in my house. And I ain't trying to tell you, but I'm just, what's the use, Barry? I ain't saying you got to be no rocket science. I ain't tell you got to be brilliant. But we got to have at least a C plus or C something. C is average. At least be average. What are we doing? You're breaking my heart. What are we doing? Y'all share the show, man. I just got that news this morning, y'all. And I've been, we've been doing too much, man, to help. We've been doing too much to try to put you in a position. No, I want y'all to comment today. What's the use in being a good basketball player and having people talk about you and getting exposure and you don't have great 3.0 is a minimum, is the minimum. Thank you. Thank you, big coach. What's wrong? Y'all talk to me, Brian Boat, right? I'm not saying you have to be. The man said if 3.0 is the minimum, let's attack the 3.0 like we do a pick and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, what his name is Told. What his name? Tolstoy, philosopher, historian. According to him, this quote, he said the most difficult subjects can be explained to the most slow-witted man. The most difficult subjects can be explained to the most slow-witted man. Man just don't have it all. But I'm gonna change that to man to person. The most difficult subjects can be explained to the most slow-witted person if they have not formed any idea of them already. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all got to realize when I come on this show, I get texts and people are talking to me in real time. This is a different show. Y'all know it is. Barry McDonald said, my mom used to hold me accountable. Her no pass, no play was different than the school. No lower to B plus. Yes, that's different. But Barry, what do we do with our kids that don't have a mom like you? How do we help our kids that don't have a parent like your parents? What we know the problems, Malcolm. What can we how can I don't want this to happen again. Frank Miles, I'm watching how brilliant you're raising your son up there. I mean down there. Give us something. See, I don't want to keep talking about my situation because I had a different situation. I knew where I wanted my son to be. So I put him on that road. Maybe some of the people don't know. They haven't been exposed to the things. They haven't, like somebody was trying to come meet with me the other day and wanted to meet with me. And I talked to him about he wanted his son to go to the Ivy League. And I said, man, you better make sure you study your son and know who your son is. Boy, I love It's some people I just love. I ain't gonna call his name on the show. Um, Shout out to Marcus Melvin. He's a new member watching the show today. Marcus, I've been doing this for 7 years, Marcus, and sometimes I got to keep recharging myself because I know, Marcus, that faith comes by hearing and hearing the word. So I got to keep talking about this. But I get a text this morning of a little player that I was gonna talk about today on my show, but I can't talk about him today because his grades ain't right. Marcus, he's he's tearing it up in different camps and stuff like that. But what the hell I'm gonna say about him if he can't get his grades right? To be able, what are you doing? You can't go to college like that, man. And his son is Bryson Melvin. Thank you. He is a 4.0 student and a possible prospect to go higher and higher. Mr. Melvin. But I got a little dude I was going to talk about on the show. Today I can't talk about him. And I love him. I still love him and I'm going to do everything to help him. I'm not going to mention his name, but I had some stuff to talk about him today. But you can't, ladies and gentlemen, you can't wait till it's too late. That's why I tell y'all to share this show. Thank you, Stacy, for sharing this show. Mr. Melvin, you, we got to figure out a way, not just for our kids. Mr. Melvin, think about it. I'm trying to help other kids do this thing. Because I'm smart enough to know it's just not for me to help Robert, my son. I know what he was going to do. But every parents don't have this insight. So I come on this show for 2 hours, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Monday through Thursday, and try to share this information, not for you to beat what I've done, to show you example that it can be done. There are resources out there. Mr. Melvin, I don't never want nobody to accuse me of being a generational thief. So everything that I get inside of, if I was to leave and die tomorrow, I've given information. I don't want to go to my grave not giving only the next generation what I got inside of me. You shouldn't either. Barry, you shouldn't either. You should give something to this next generation. Don't be a generational thief. Every day, I record 2 hours of information that's on a hard drive that I got. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook for as long as those around. But I'm gonna release this hard drive if something happened to me, so people can have this information. We ain't gonna talk about the kid having a desire to better himself. Yeah, the kid has to, but guess what? My son didn't always want to do what's right. I demanded that out of him. And you're right. He had to, Frank, you're right. He had to succumb to me. You follow me? See, we always talk about, well, I'm gonna let him do what he wants. No, no. He don't know no better. He don't know no better. He don't want to empty the garbage, but you make him do it. Mr. Melvin, I never forget my son graduated from college. First thing he said, come here, man. He said, man, it's the hardest thing I ever did in my life. Being an Ivy League athlete and maintain their grades that you and I expected of me. He said, Dad, it was hard, man. He said, Dad, our professors don't care nothing about no basketball game. Monday morning, we had to be right there in class. We couldn't miss like Kentucky and Florida. But I don't expect you to have to be on that level. But I expect, man, we can make a 3.0 just by turning stuff in and being responsible and sitting in the front of the class and being nice to the teacher and helping the teacher and just ask questions. I don't care how crazy the questions are. Yo, they can make that. Turn your work in. Somebody said accountability and discipline. Some of the parents hate that for kids. Yo, no. The kids, yo, they want to be disciplined. But it broke my heart, Mr. Melvin. I can't talk about a kid who's doing well in basketball, but he's failing in life. He's failing in, you can't, made him crazy. Dude, I'd rather you not be, and you're not in summer school because you're running around playing basketball. No, sir. No. One of the biggest arguments I ever had with one of my clients, because he was a millionaire, had a whole lot of money. Ain't gonna tell me. I said, man, you gotta go back to school, man. I need you to get this degree. Man, I got $60 million in that bank, man. I don't need to go back to school. Homeboy, you need to go back to school. Oh, I can't tell you everything, but yeah, we got into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man is now coaching college basketball. And if he didn't get that degree, he wouldn't even be. I never forget, a few years back, University of California Bears, Cal, had fired Joaquin Jones and Chris Walker and them and fired them. They was looking for a coach. They looked for Jason Kidd. He was assistant, somebody said. Jason Kidd didn't have a college degree, so he couldn't coach his alma mater. You can coach in the NBA without a degree, but not in college. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just share something. I told y'all, I just had a quote by Tolstoy. He said, the most difficult subjects can be explained to the most slow-witted man. Excuse me, the most slow-witted person. He said man, but I'm going to say person. If they have not informed any idea of the subjects already. But the simplest thing cannot be made clear to the most intelligent person if they are firmly persuaded that they already know. I run into that all the time on this show. That's why I love to do the show. And I'm going to say that one more time. The most difficult subject can be explained to the most slow-witted man. Slow-witted, not this part. And by that, I mean someone that's just not very intelligent. But the most difficult subjects can be explained to him. The most difficult things can be explained to him. You can explain the most difficult thing to someone that is not intelligent. And if they do not have already formed a pre-formulated idea about things that you're explaining to them, you can get through to them. But the simplest thing in the world can't be made clear to the most intelligent person if that a very intelligent person is persuaded and firmly believe that he already know. That's powerful. I love this quote. I'll leave it there. Melvin Dew said something. That man said, send me that, please. I got you, baby. I got you. We have free study hall at church doing practice for our kids. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You know why I love this quote, and why I bring it up today? On Women Rock Wednesday, y'all notice I always bring up something like this. Mr. Melvin, I hope you're still there. It really encapsulates where we are as a nation. See, on this show, Mr. Melvin, we we sit in the world's messiest intersection. The show is called The Chop Shop. It was derived from chopping it up in the barbershop. You know, in the barbershop, Mr. Melvin, we have all kinds of talks in the barbershop. We talk about sports, we talk about politics, we talk about race, we talk about high school basketball, we talk about summer basketball, we talk about everything in the barbershop. This is what we do on this show. So we sit in this world's messiest intersection. We sit in here, we debate about it, we argue about it, we talk about it, and hope we get up and brush out. So they don't take stuff personal and go and just be somewhere and be better. That's why I'm tackling this subject about grades and our athletes. This is a messy because some parents, I don't want to hear it. I just want to see my son play basketball. Robert. But Mr. Mel, we have a lot of people who have a lot of ill-informed opinions that they are very strongly and passionately wedded to. They on this show, some of them on here right now. And it's okay. Mr. Melvin, we have comments on the screen. You can comment anything you want to. But, Mr. Melvin, what I've been seeing, they'll put a comment up there with no thought, and then I challenge the thought. They get mad at me, Mr. Melvin. One lady said, boy, bye. Because I'm going to challenge you because I want to learn. Maybe you got something that I don't know. I'm going to always challenge you with your comment. If I say something about your comment, that means you all right. But let me keep going, Miss Mel. We have a lot of people who have decided that some things are things and that's it. That's just the way I feel, Robert. That's my Mr. Melvin. I've had some parents call me and talk about basketball. And some of basketball, something I've been doing for 30 years at a high level. At every level, high school, middle school, pro. I got, 4 or 5 PhDs in sports. They called me and asked me for my opinion. Well, I just, they asked me for my opinion. Well, I'm just going to do it the way I want to do it. I said, well, why you call and ask me for my opinion? If you're going to do it the way you want to do it, you're wasting my time. So as of April the 9th, I don't allow people to just call me and bother me on the phone and get this information to. I'm going to charge them like I charge the other people who wants my time per hour. You follow me? Because it's valuable. Information is the most valuable thing on the planet if you got the right information. But let me keep going. Some of these people, there's no logic. It doesn't matter how logical you are to them. It doesn't matter if you have facts. I tell people, I'm an opinion-based man, but I base my opinion on fact. And I'm going to line the facts up. Some people get their facts and their feelings mixed up. You can tweet that. That's tweetable. There's a lot. I mean, Mr. Mill, what are facts in America right now? America is so intelligent, we don't have actual facts anymore. Let me give me some water. Let me give me some water, y'all. Hold on. And then I'm gonna get back to my regular. See, y'all threw me off this morning. Y'all, this is what the show. I plan on talking about the playoffs. I plan on talking about everything sports today. But somebody called me this morning and told me about this little young fella that I'm gonna talk about today. And he don't even have the grade. He lower than a 3. He way lower than a 3.0. He's a 2.1. All he had to do was do certain things and he could have got it. He's a bright kid. But America is so intelligent, we don't actually need facts no more. We don't have to have facts no more. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a time and an era that we have so much access to information. This is the information age. And yet, we at the same time, we have so much willful commitment to ill-informed opinions that we are so wedded to and so firmly rooted in that nobody can tell us anything different. My summer coach told me this. Your summer coach don't know no better. Ladies and gentlemen, I start this Women Rock Wednesday. Shout out to all the women out there. I ain't seen one pop up on the screen yet. Where the women at? It's Women Rock Wednesday. But this is so important. We don't need the women today. Oh, Sonya there. Sonya there. Sonya, let's be open to learning. Let's be teachable. Can we start that today? Day before Juneteenth. Alfio, I told you I need to call you, man. Don't forget. How we need an entire week of this topic. Our sports need serious help on this. Education is key. Absolutely. Let's be teachable. Y'all, there's this concept about whether or not you are a teachable person. It's a concept. You can be very intelligent, but if you're not teachable, nobody wants to work with you. Mr. Melvin, you got that one, didn't you? Because you think you know everything. But there is this concept of being an informed person. But if you are closed off to knowledge, there's no way a kid in Houston and Dallas in the world, because you should be sharing this show, who've been watching this show for the last 7, 8 years, there's no reason for a student to not have a 3.0. Unless the kid got to learn in this order. Because all you got to do is do the right things in class. But if you're closed off to knowledge, if you're closed off to the idea that there is information out there that perhaps you don't know. I know it's information I don't know. That's why I'm always reading. Or if there's information that conflicts with the facts that you already have learned. and there is information out there that conflicts with the opinions that you have already formed, it can be really disconcerting. In 2022, no, I'm sorry. In 2025, I want us to condition ourselves to open to learning information that conflicts with our strongly held opinions. Can we do that? Can I repeat that again? In 2025, I should have told y'all this back then, but I want us to condition ourselves to be open to learning information that conflicts with our strongly held opinions. Y'all got me? Get me. Okay, y'all follow me? And be willing to soften those strongly held opinions. Just soften them a little bit. Just a bit to consider the validity of the new information that we have. Hold on. There's this concept that happens where if you have a firm opinion about something and you learn information that should inform your opinion further, but it conflicts with the ideas you already have generated and embraced, right? There is this notion in our society, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm simply not open. I'm just simply not open to this, Robert. I don't want to hear it. The Trumpers. I know I still voted for him, even though he's sending my kids back, sending me and separating from me my kids. Yeah, yeah. I got a finger in my ear. I don't want to hear it about him. I love him. I don't want to hear nothing about him. I can't hear you. I can't hear it. That approach to new information. See, one of the things that is going on that's important in this Chop Shop community, regardless of our background, our zip code, our racial, ethnic origin, we have to be open to learning, to be open to the possibilities that the very concrete ways that we have come to view this world perhaps are not the only way through which this world can be viewed. I got to sneeze. Hold on one second. One comment on me. I saw this article that was talking about dogs. Dogs can understand different language. If you tell a dog to come here, boy, in English, he can do it if you tell him in any other subject. The moral of this, we got to be open because it's hard to teach a person something they believe they already know. I had to go there because I saw some. I'm glad you're there, son. Yeah, I saw some. I'm finna pivot a little bit, but I've been seeing stuff in the mail. Now I'm finna go to my regular scheduled program because I was interrupted because a young kid that I was going to talk about today. I'm not going to talk about him today, basketball wise, because I want to talk about him when he got that 1.1, 2.1 up to 3.0. I'm not going to talk about him until it happens. because you are not gonna be. I am not finna be a generational thief. I am not about to applaud you for being mediocre. You can't be mediocre. That's why I do this show the way I do. I want to make sure whoever watching this show, no matter what walks of life, they gonna come on this show and say, man, that man said something. That man said something. I might not like the way he talked. I might not like the way his southern drawl. I might not, but that man said something, spoke to me. Oh, this is Melvin. Okay, hold on. Let me put this on the screen. Hold on. This is Mr. Melvin. The first thing every parent and kids need to understand is there's a strong possibility that you might not make it how you envision in your mind. 17 years pro, 4 years Power 5. Explain that to me, Mr. Melvin. What you mean? You've been, who's been 17 years in pros and 4 years Power 5? I want to know, was that you? It might not make it how you envision. That's right. But you got to be open to other information. Boy, thank you. You're playing right into what I'm saying. Mr. Melvin, explain that a little bit further for me, baby. Explain that one for me. Explain that one for me. He said, a closed mind stumbled over blessed. Oh my God, I like that. I like that. I like that. Mr. Melvin, I like that, but give me more. Give me more. Come, Mr. Melvin, and Sonya, this one for you. Sonya, I saw something. And I want us to dissect this. It's Women Rock Wednesday. And Sonya, I want you to dissect it for me. Sonya, I need you to call. Somebody else call some more women, because I'm going to play this. I don't know how to take this. Listen, I don't know all of this. Oh, he was a 17-year pro and a 4-year Power 5. And he's saying, hold up. Wow. And he's saying the first thing every parent and kid need to understand is there is a strong possibility that you might not make it how you envision it. This from a 17-year-old professional, pro, 4 years Power 5. Parents, it might not envision the way. Parents, if you do have a 3.0 and above, you still got work to do. But if you up under 3.0, you can't even get in the game. How we gonna know? You don't want to be one of these dudes on the corner saying what you could have been. We got people out here right now who are legends in some of these sports, but they always talking about what they could have been because they ain't never played in college, they ain't never played in high school, but they could have been. Thank you, Miss Melvin. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But Mr. Melvin, I saw something. I don't know. I need some women. I want women to talk. Fellas, y'all be a little harsh sometimes. I'm not finna, but I saw this. Y'all check this out. Walk through me. Listen to this. Cause I want to learn from y'all. What about this?
The woman that Mello had, the woman that Mello has.
Do I need to play that again? I like what he said. Made a lot of sense. Watch this. I was open to hear some more information. I never thought about that. I got a 30-year-old son. We're in a restaurant. He don't even know this. We're in a restaurant in New York. Tall, nice looking kid. We're in the restaurant. Sitting down. He get up and go to the restroom. He used his phone. He left the table. These two girls came onto the table. I said, who is that? I said, my son. No, no, who is he? I said, my son. They said, who is he? Does he play basketball? What about this? I said, he's my son. Could we meet him? I said, well, his mom and his fiance is pulling up. So it's probably not a good time right now. And I ain't gonna tell you no lie. His mom and his fiance wasn't pulling up. He ain't got no fiance. But these young men out here, man, when they're somewhat successful, it's a lot of stuff comes at them. That's why I just pray for them. I was thinking about him as a father. He said, yeah, he made sense, but age of a woman doesn't determine how she treats you. No, he didn't say that. He said, this woman treats him. This woman. He can't tell you about every woman. He was talking about that woman. See, sometimes we got to listen. Sometimes we have to listen, Daryl Barnes. He was saying this particular girl right here. And hold up, in his experience with his sons, when he messed with the young girls, and you got to understand, LeVar Ball been around, Jack. And I ain't saying every, but Daryl Barnes. Me being Daryl Barnes, you got to realize now, I call the games. And not to say these old women ain't crazy either now. You're right. But I call the games, Melvin, I don't know, for TSU. So I travel all over the SWAC. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these young women, I wouldn't have never dated when I was that age. They're different. They act like dudes. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. All I'm going by is these last, and I got a little sample size of the last 4 years, just me going around the SWAC, just walking around, just listening. They're not these little girls. And I talked to my son about it. And then we might have to go back to who taught them. Did anybody, Coach, usually you're supposed to take, my mom used to teach my sisters how to act a certain way. I find it hard to think that a mom is out here teaching their women, their young women, to act this type. Man, y'all, I'm trying to keep it PG and I'm trying to keep it nice because I'm not trying to down out, but these young women, white, black, orange, green, I ain't just talking about sisters, all kinds. They just, I don't see the lady in them. I see the girl, I see the female, but the lady, she said, I think 7 years old are fine unless the person is 18. Give the woman a couple of years to mature, but 6, 7 years. I don't even know how old the girl is. I'm sorry. She said my parents are 10 years apart, and that's not common. Yes, I mean I ain't talking about. I'm not hung up on the age thing, but that's why I wanted to thank you, Tasha. I wanted to. I'm gonna put it up there so Tasha can have her point made because I kind of breezed through it. But I was just curious, and if y'all don't want to talk about it, I don't have to talk about it. But I thought it was. I didn't know. I didn't know who Mello was dating because I don't keep up with nobody who was dating. But I thought with his father, y'all gotta understand, his father has been on this show. LeVar Ball has been on this show, right? So yes, I love LeVar Ball. Yeah. He thought enough. He said a reason. He came on this show because he studied and saw who me and Jimmy was. And he wanted to be on this show. He didn't just do it because we was black. He studied. He found out what type of guys we are. And that brings me to something I'm going to share with y'all. Gosh, boy, I didn't want to go here yet, but I'm going to segue to it. Gosh, because I wanted to talk about Halliburton being hurt. He tried to play through his discomfort the other day, but I saw something, ladies and gentlemen. I saw something that kind of broke my heart. She said, now I wouldn't personally talk to someone. I'm staying out of that. It's a certain kind of woman you want to be linked to. Yes. She got to be a lady. I like class. And maybe our young men are not demanding it of these ladies. And maybe these ladies ain't demanding of these young men. I don't know what's going on. I'm glad I ain't young no more. Y'all can have. You know how people say, 20 years earlier. No, I like where I'm at right now. As long as I can still hit this golf ball. Nice. I get it. And wait a minute, he not on the feed yesterday. Somebody on here will attest to what I did yesterday to him. But no, I didn't do it to him. I did it to the course. But y'all, I saw something. And I couldn't play the video because I don't want to play nobody else's intellectual property. But this young kid that I never met, DeJounte Murray, great basketball player. You know, he was San Antonio, he was at Atlanta, then he went to Pelicans, then I think he got traded again. But to read before I tell you, I knew a little something about him because he dated a friend of mine's daughter. And he was very abusive and very verbally abusive to her. And so me and the dad was talking. So I went and studied the kid. The kid been into I don't know how many foster homes all his life. Had no family, had nobody to teach him how to treat something as valuable as a woman. And because if you don't know the use of a thing, you're prone to abuse it. That's what abuse is. Abnormal use. Drug abuse. It's not the drug, it's the abuse of the drug. The abnormal use. The abnormal use of a woman. I was going to call that name, and I ain't going to, this guy on trial because of that right now. But this young man, he did an interview with Ryan Clark on the Pivot. I love that show, by the way. He said, hey, this kid that was dating your daughter, nice looking kid. I wish I'd go look him up, DeJounte, nice looking kid. I mean, look, just innocent. Let me see, can I find a quick little picture of him? I ain't gonna put it up on the board, but innocent looking kid. But hold up, I'm gonna push pause when he pop up on the screen. Hold up, you push pause. Hold up, when he pop up on the screen, and then I'm gonna just show a little bit of it. Okay, let me see. There he is, right there. Pause there. There he is. Nice looking, cute. Nice looking kid. Okay. But he don't know how to treat a woman. Haven't been taught. You've been in and out. Oh, my girl is. Hold on. Hold on. I got my three sisters on here. I got all in a row. Tanya, Tasha, Sonia, and Mindy. I'm straight. I'm straight today on Women Rock Win. Hold up. This is my Destiny's Child. We got Tasha. This is my Destiny's children. Tasha, Sonia, and Mindy. All in a row right there. Yeah, just look at that. Don't mess with them. Don't mess with them now. They don't play. But Mindy, this young kid, like I told you, I knew somebody who daughter was dating him, and he was very abusive to her. Okay. Then when I went back and studied the kid been going through trauma and pain all of his life. He was on this podcast. He said, everybody I grew up with are dead or in prison. Basketball. He's from Seattle area, I think. Basketball is my only way out. He said, as a kid, as a kid, Mindy is so smart. See, Mindy, oh, Mindy is so smart. Yes, Mindy. Yes. Yes, Mindy. That Mindy Collins, man. You know what? She go away and come back and don't miss a beat. Did he date Deshaun Watson's fiance? Yes, he did. But let me keep going. Mindy connecting the dots, what she connecting dots on. But as a kid, he looked up to drug dealers and gang members. Y'all got me? As a kid. Now his nieces and nephews look up to him. Now he got little cousins who say they want to be like him. Did y'all see that dynamic? He said it made him shed tears. They asked him, what has he been healing from? Look, hey, that Trey Phillips, see Trey, yeah. Oh, that's right. Cam, no, that's right. Right. Uh, but watch this. He said, it has been real. It's been real life for him from year one. He said he grew up with his grandma. His mama did a lot of prison time. So a young man, his first love is his mama. And his mama teach him how to treat women. But his mama was in jail. So he never knew what it felt like to have a mom and dad. No excuses. But I'm just giving you this interview that touched me because something about this little young man I really love. I want to meet him. So he never knew what it felt like to have a mom and dad. The question was asked him, they asked him what was going through his mind while he was playing the Celtics and his Achilles went out. He hurt his Achilles. That's why he been out. He said it was so real. He said it had his own father, who, ain't been around. When he got hurt, text him. Because they ain't cool. But he was texting somebody else might take my spot. When I got hurt, somebody else might. I said, wow. He said, it's real stuff I've been going through, man. That's why I don't like to get on camera. Then they asked him, what do you think about Greg Popovich? He said he loved him. He was like a father figure he'd been missing. He said he loves basketball with a passion. Talking about this young man, DeJounte Murray. They asked him, how do you develop a code that turns you into a leader? He said he was a born leader. He said they respected me because he was on the front line, whatever the front line mean in the game. He said he caught his first case, Mindy, when he was 11 years old. Robbery, first degree with a firearm at 11. Because he wasn't focused on school. Mindy, I started this conversation out today talking about, I was supposed to talk about a young man today about his basketball prowess this summer, but I can't because I found out he got a 2.1 grade point average and he need 3.0 to be passing. And I can't talk about a kid that this young man said he wasn't focused on school. He was in a whole nother mindset. We got to get our kids to focus on school. If they focus on school, they have no time to focus elsewhere. See that, Mandy? I know, Mandy. The idle mind is the devil workshop. School was not getting him no money. I told y'all to share this show. Everybody should be calling their friends right now. Y'all need to get here. Y'all need to get on. Y'all need to get Chop Shop Htx. Go back and see it later. And I know some people busy right now, like Mindy been busy. He said there's no such thing as being a professional or a gentleman or a father when you're in the streets. That's where he grew up. He says impossible. How am I learn how? I'm just paraphrasing. How am I learn how to treat a woman when I get a good woman? How am I learn how to treat her? How am I learn how to be professional? I'm in the streets. I'm trying to get some money. And they asked him, what message would you have for your 11-year-old self? He said, I tell you, as an 8-year-old sitting in the front seat with someone. And if it wasn't for that moment, he said, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to y'all right now. An 8-year-old would have got killed in the crossfire or something that he had nothing to do with. Then the young man said, kids are innocents. Evidently, he didn't have a kid. He said, kids are not asked to be in this world because when you have been through what I have been through, there's nothing to celebrate. He said, I had real trauma and pain inside of me. He said, the only reason I'm on this show, I don't do shows like this. I respect y'all, what y'all doing, brothers. That's why he came on that show. And the stuff that he goes through mentally, he don't know how he do it. He said he just strong. I know what it is. It's a higher power up there. You just ain't tapped into him. It's somebody looking out for you, young man. They asked him, when is he's going to start letting people help him? He said, when they show consistency of caring about him instead of wanting from him. Hold on 1 second. That's a powerful statement there, ladies and gentlemen. That a lot of these athletes have people wanting something from you. I just showed you Michael Beasley. Everybody taking from him. And I know they got a lot of stuff. And I know you want some of that stuff. But at least show him that at least show him that you love him. Show him some consistency. He said clubs and partying don't impress him. He said he was clubbing at 13. Yes, clubbing at 13. Ray Moore said, as an elementary teacher, I'm reading some of the comments. Ray Moore said, as an elementary teacher, I often realize I'm a father figure, coach, motivator, voice of reason. There are a lot of kids that are not focused on school. They don't believe in it anymore. Learning never stopped. Treating women and people right is pivotal to living a good life. Absolutely, Ray Moore. Thank you. Thank you for that information. Yes, that kid still, he gonna ever. Man, this little boy, man, y'all, I can't tell you everything. Y'all got to study his story. I just know some people that know. This little boy had a heart, man. Then you put him with a beautiful young woman who daddy and mom treat her like a queen. He don't value that because he don't understand it. But he had something to say about Greg Popovich, and I'm gonna share this with y'all. Then we'll move on. What time is it? Yeah, good time. He said, so for me, he was like a father figure. He said, there are so many stories. if he were able to sit here and talk, he'd tell you. Tell my pop. He's never had a player come into his office and cry on his shoulder about how many murders he has had to deal with back home in Seattle. How many funerals he had to pay for. Y'all listen to this now. Y'all listen to this now. It's powerful. Let me repeat that again. He crying to Pop in his office, talking about how many murders he had to deal with back home in Seattle. How many funerals he had to pay for. He said it was crazy. A lot of my people don't even know this. From family, friends, and the penitentiary. Pop didn't want me to go back to Seattle ever. When I first got drafted, I wouldn't go back to Seattle. And that was a man who cared about me. That was a man who wanted me to reach my full potential in life. First, then as a basketball player. He was so real. He tried to move my mom to San Antonio with his own money after she got shot. Are y'all listening to me? My mom was shot in the leg my rookie year. See, when we go talking about these kids and talking about what these kids going through and who these kids, he this, he this, here, you don't know the trauma. You don't know their pain. He called her himself without me knowing until after the fact, telling we want to move you here. No, not with his money. He said, I'm gonna do it with my money. Not with his money. I'm gonna do it. This was Pop said this. I got a newfound respect for Greg Pop. He probably saved this young kid's life. He said that sounds like a dude that cares about me a lot and loves me, right? Powerful. Powerful stories. Ray Moore said, Robert, it's why I unretired now and I'm with my babies, trying to prepare them for what's coming, the perils of middle school. Robert, they're terrified. They need love, guidance before they get around influence. Y'all, let me tell you something. Last summer, some of y'all know this, I went to visit my daughter and my grandson for the weekend, for Father's Day weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, I wind up staying to January 4th or 5th. I went, packed to stay a weekend, then come out back to 6-7 months later because I wanted to put something in my grandson. I didn't go out there expecting because I just took a weekend bag. Because that's my next generation. He got to know every single day that his dada, that's what he called me, dada. Dada. Gonna call him on FaceTime. Thank God for Steve Jobs and FaceTime. Every day. Can't wait to get back. Because I need him to know that he's loved. He gonna know how to respect a woman. That's what we got to do, John. Yeah, it takes some of your time. It takes a lot of your time. I don't think y'all heard me. June, July, August, September, November, October, October, November, December, January. 7 months. And the young fella said, I didn't know Ryan Clark was an athlete. He played for Pittsburgh. He was a safety. Free agent too. He wasn't great, but he's great at what he does now. Ryan Clark is. But I was just thinking about that, y'all. I had to share that with y'all. What else? I got something for you. People, let's see. No, I'm not gonna go there today. I was gonna go there, but you know what though? I do want to talk about this golf tournament is coming up, and I just keep getting tidbits and tidbits and tidbits from this golf tournament. You know this golf tournament I've been telling y'all about. Let me put it up on the screen. So do me a favor. Go download this QR code. Use this QR code that's on this. It's called Heaven Bound HCL. HCL. Remember that name, HCL. Having a golf tournament on July the 3rd. I can't wait. Exciting. But this is what happened. Watch this video. The young man who just won the Super Bowl. Watch what he says about this program.
HCL family, we here. We did it. Helps. Shout out to y'all, man. I love y'all. Did this for y'all, man. I really don't know what to say. I don't know how to feel. I'm truly blessed. Thankful for everything that the HCL has done for me and for my family. God, I'm just so thankful for everything that you've done for us, for everything that you've done leading up to the situation. Couldn't have done it without you. I thank y'all. Love y'all.
This program I've been telling y'all about for the last month, HCL, let me make it up bigger. They're celebrating 25 years of faith, mentorship, academic, and athletic excellence. And the proceeds support the HCL Reach Foundation mission to help underserved students succeed in sports, school, and life. That's all this Chop Shop is about. Everybody on this show should be going to that QR code and sending money and donating or going and get a foursome or paying for a foursome, whatever you can give. If you know a sponsor, have them come and a vendor that want to be a part of this golf tournament on July the 3rd. This the kind of stuff, because if you're not doing all these things, you're not helping underserved student athletes succeed in school, sports, and life, it's okay. You're not doing it, it's okay. They doing it for 25 years. So guess what? Help them keep doing it. That young man thought enough of this program. He just won the Super Bowl. And he talking about his HCL family. I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute. I want to see who's gonna comment on that. 25 years, these people have been helping these underserved students, athletes succeed in school, sports, and in life. And a young man at his highest moment in life who came through that program. Everybody should go to that QR code right now just to say, wait a minute, what's going on with HCL? How can I help? July 3rd. I can't wait. Got to play that one more time. Got to play that one more time.
HCL family, we here. We did it. Helps. Shout out to y'all, man. I love y'all. Did this for y'all, man. I really don't know what to say. I don't know how to feel. I'm truly blessed. Thankful for everything that the HCL has done for me and for my family. God, I'm just so thankful for everything that you've done for us, for everything that you've done leading up to the situation. couldn't have done it without you. I thank y'all. Love y'all.
Mama's
HCF
first.
Unbelievable. Y'all know? I've been to those things before. And that's what that athlete is thinking about after winning the Super Bowl. Well, all the things that he can think about, he thinking about the people that helped him get there. And I know I just been moving on up and I've been giving y'all little tidbits about the program. It's powerful. It's powerful. Let me keep going. What I got next? Y'all, it was unique the other night watching Iman Shumpert former. It was just unique. I'm gonna play it for you. Listen to former players who actually talk about the game and not talking about nobody's cities or whatever. Watch this. This is gonna get you, man. Watch this. Watch how you analyze the game, Laura. Watch this.
They had 27 blocks and steals, 15 steals and 12 blocks. 7 different guys had a steal, 7 different guys had a block. My God.
And I loved it because even when they didn't get the block or the steal, sometimes it's just a deflection. Sometimes it's just a deflection just to rattle somebody. Sometimes it's just messing somebody's dribble up. But they were everywhere tonight. There was no driving room available. Halliburton surveyed. He probed down the baseline. He did everything he could. There was no getting in the paint.
Yeah, there was some passes the Pacers threw that were not good.
Unaggressive.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. If you lose all your angles, if you're a player that leads with aggression, if you lose that angle, 9 times out of 10, there is no pass available. Sometimes you really have to get by somebody to make a defensive mistake. Otherwise, that shell gets really tight. So what we saw tonight was them not only guard guys, they guarded guys left to right so well tonight. But they also did a great job of being in passing lanes, being intentional on defense, and making it to where on offense you had to play defense. They were guarding the ball. Halliburton started his dribble to the side of him. He plays like this. I watched him make 2 or 3 passes where he's on his heels, he's falling back, and it's just unaggressive. And whenever you have that unaggressive attitude, people can smell it. They smell blood tonight. That was wonderful defensive principle.
Well, before we talk about...
Ain't that a breath of fresh air? I got 2 more minutes of it. I can listen to that kid all night. That's how I try to explain the game. See, I listen to stuff. That's how I be trying to explain the game. Oh, I'm taking notes from him. Instead of people saying, I like Tim Legler. I like Brandon Haywood. But ESPN, why is it okay with a media personality threatening a player in 2025? I ain't gonna play it because I don't want to put that clown on the TV again, on my show again. I don't want to put him up there. Y'all go look him up. Talking about Stephen A. Smith threatening Ja Morant. You don't want me, Taylor. You don't want me. No. You didn't hear what I said. I told y'all, one of these days you're going to hear that. Dara Barnes didn't hear me. Dara Barnes. I said, former players that actually talk about the game. It's some former players that don't talk about the game. I'm talking about this former player talking about the game. I ain't talking about no journalist. I know you didn't hear me. Coach, what you answer? You know, because he understands. No. It's some former players that's not out here explaining the game like that. Let me repeat that, Darryl Barnes, because I know you ain't going to get it yet. You're going to get it on the way home. It's former players out there, man, not explaining the game like that. But let me keep going. But this is what we're doing now, ESPN. And last week, he threatened Halliburton. A couple of years ago, he threatened Durant. It's just bizarre behavior. And I ain't gonna put him on the screen, but this is what he tweeted. Hold on. Let me go back there. Let me go. Yeah. I'm not gonna put him on my screen, but this pissed me clean off to the highest of festivity. Because this is what John Morant said. Talking about the Grizz more than the finals with these cap sources. Didn't mention nobody's name. Right? Instead of focusing on the performance we're seeing from J-Dub, Shea, TJ, Siakam, how this series is going, we got something negative to say about the city of Memphis. Team in the city, team on a national level. That's all John Morant said. But this damn fool that y'all watch every day, I ain't watched it. I'm done. And I'm going to write a letter to ESPN. Yeah, I don't like it. This what he put up. So this is what we doing, John Morant. I recall talking about the finals. But the Memphis Grizzlies made news because Bane got traded. And your possible extension coming up. Would you prefer I go into detail about what the hell has been going on in Memphis? Why players have stated that they're not interested in going anywhere. They're not interested in going there. Or even worse. It's Stephen A. Smith. Or even worse. More details. Or even more details. Or would you like for me to leave well enough alone and let the great peeps of Memphis address it on their own? It's your call. I'm all ears. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm from Memphis. I've traveled the world. I lived in Atlanta, LA, Phoenix. Spent a lot of time in New York and Florida. I visited everywhere. Working close around the NBA for a long time, 30-some years. And I've heard the exact opposite about what he's saying from the players that actually came and played in Memphis. Damon Stoudemire, one of my best friends, he coached in Memphis. Don't speak on. That's why talking to Alpha, don't speak on Memphis if you ain't lived it and worked it and pulled up. Don't speak on it. And using Jimmy Butler as a reference, who ended up in San Francisco. Watch this. As an example, when Ricky Pearsall, the wide receiver, had just got shot last year in broad daylight, tried to take his Rolex. And Jimmy wanted to go there. And you mentioning Jimmy's name. This is where Marc Gasol grew up. Mike Miller still lives there. And city with business and bars, and his kids live there. Went to high school there. Tony Allen still lives there. Zach Randolph still lives there. Tayshaun Prince still lives there and worked with the organization. And keep in mind, these guys have played in multiple other big cities. But that's your king. That's your king. That's the one they're giving all the money to. That's the one who went, tell me he want to run for something. Let me see. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to share this because I talked about him on the show. Yeah, I got some I got to when I, unlike these other people, yesterday I came on and talked about Ace Beatty and talked about what's going on, because what I'm hearing about his thing. But it's another factor that I got to add to it. I talked about Ace Bailey yesterday on the show and talked about his representation. I didn't know who, I really don't know him, and people around the league telling me about the people. The representation is not good for this young player, and it might hurt him in the draft. But I just want to give y'all information that a lot of people might not understand. Ace Bailey and his representation might been given a guarantee from somebody, okay, that they gonna draft him. So that's why he don't go and work out for everybody. I don't know if this for sure, but I what I did after the show, I went back and looked at it, and then I said, Robert, you got to cover all bases. So I don't want y'all. If I give y'all that information, I want to be man enough to come back and say, wait a minute, hold on. It is a tactic that, let's say some team has said, look, Ace, we got you. We taking you. So that's why he's not going to work out for other teams. Y'all got it? Anybody got any questions on it? I just wanted to clear it up, because when when I say something that it needed a little bit more context, I'm gonna talk about it. Okay. All right. Now it's Women Rock Wednesday now. Mindy, what Mindy is saying? Anybody, any questions on that? I know we're a little bit behind. I know you are about 10 seconds delay, so I'll wait if anybody want to comment on it. But y'all, please tell me, what the hell is going on with the WNBA? These girls fight. First of all, the big three, they get into it. They didn't get suspended either. Dwight Howard and their book, since they first time guys, they didn't. He said, is it possible he could be injured and want to keep it on the low? No, that ain't it. He's not injured. He's gonna work out for some people, but it's I found out what happened. That could have happened, but the Fever and the Suns, they go at it again. This girl Sophie Cunningham, I'm kind of liking her. Mindy, you been watching this WNBA? What if they tell him that and don't take it? No, they ain't gonna do that, George. They ain't that bad. But hold up, y'all. I got something for you. They bad, but they ain't that bad. Watch this, y'all. Hold up. Let me find y'all something. Where my stuff at? Let me just give y'all this. Hey, man. Hold up. I got some more. They going at it. Hold up. Where them girls at? Watch this. This funny. One more. Hold on. I got one more. Hey, that little old security guard in the white, I got to watch him. Because he had it little, I don't like what, why is he a little nasty? Hold up, y'all. I caught him, y'all. What's going on? Minnie, these girls rocking and rolling. They rocking and rolling. Somebody called me yesterday. A partner called me this morning. He said, how to thank you? I said, what? He said, man, in case y'all looking at behind me, ain't nobody asked me who was those people behind me. And nobody asked me. I can't believe y'all asked me, but you know, sometimes y'all don't be want to hear it. But that's Damson Idris here. And this Sophie, I'm trying to find Sophie name. I got Sophie name. What was Sophie name, man? What her name? Simone, I mean. Thought I wrote something about old Simone. I thought I did. I'm sorry. But that's the actress that played in the Bridgerton, right here. She was supposed to have a big part in this movie. And at the final cut, they cut it out. Her and him these two having a love interest. And I don't know. I got the information somewhere. I didn't write it down for y'all. But I'm gonna go watch it anyway, because sometimes I know about movies. Sometimes you get cut. Stuff get cut out. Because it can't be but a certain amount. There's a lot of stuff got cut out of centers. But they were supposed to have a love interest. That's why I put them on there. Simone, she played in Bridgerton. Man, I got the information somewhere. I didn't put it up on the screen. And I don't feel like looking for it. But that's who I got behind me. But I went somewhere else. Let's see. Something else I wanted to share with y'all. I did want to talk to y'all about this young man. His name is Lanoris Sellers. He's South Carolina Gamecocks quarterback and potential first round draft pick yesterday. He received multiple NIL offers from other schools, hoping that he would transfer from South Carolina over the offseason. The largest offer he received from another school was $8 million over 2 years. But Sellers decided to stay at South Carolina after his father. Remember, I just told y'all about Father's Day. I gave y'all the Father's Day commandments. Go back yesterday and look at the show and go get them Father's Day commandments at the end of the show. You can just scroll to the end and get them. I ain't giving them to you no more. Go back and get it. But the father advised him that he didn't need that money from the other schools were offering. You're 19. You don't need $8 million. You're in a great spot right now. There were several talks, but it never really crossed his mind. It's a challenge with colleges offering younger guys that kind of money. Who's going to say $8 to $8 million for 2 years? They're going to be swayed if they don't have the right people in their corner. Did that remind y'all of something? Does that remind you of something? Mindy? Got a question for y'all. Some you believed to be true all your life, but now know it's a complete lie. Is what? I'm just curious. Some you believe all your life, but now you know it was a complete lie. What is it? I can't wait to get some of these answers out while I'm looking around. Why did I put that late, girl? I'm listening. I'm waiting. Ain't nobody putting nothing up there? Are y'all still writing? Okay. Well, y'all writing. A few years back, talked about this young kid on the show. Henry Ruggs, a former Raiders wide receiver, Henry Ruggs, on special release from prison. On Tuesday night, he spoke at the Hope for Prisoners event in Las Vegas and apologized to the family of the woman he killed in a car crash nearly 4 years ago. Ruggs drove his sports car at the speeds of 156 miles per hour in the city on November the 2nd, 2021, slamming into a vehicle that killed the driver, Tina Tintor, and her dog, Max. Tintor was 23 years old, and Ruggs was asked at the event, what would he say to Tintor's family? He said, one, I wish I could turn back the hands of time, he said in a video taken by the Los Angeles Review. He said, I would love for them to meet the real Henry Ruggs and not the one that was escaping from something that night. I sincerely apologize for not only being part of that situation, but the fact that my face is always in the news, it's always in the newspapers. So they have to be constantly be reminded of the situation and be reminded of me. Ruggs, a former first-round draft pick, pleaded guilty in May 2023 to felony DUI causing death and misdemeanor vehicle manslaughter. He is sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. We talked about him on the show. That's interesting. Anybody answer my question? Something that you believed had been true all your life, but now you know it's a complete lie. Anybody got that? Can you do that for a brother? Come on now. Women Rock Wednesday, right? I got a question. I saw some. Where my women at? Mindy, something ain't adding up. Dog, it didn't do right for me, Mindy. It didn't do right for me. Let me try it again, Mindy. Something didn't add up, Mindy, for me. Mindy, at Women Rock Wednesday, right? Anybody, ain't nobody said nothing? God, is my mic working? Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. When it first came out, I used to like the Housewives of Atlanta because I knew the people on the show. See, I don't know these new people, but Housewives of Atlanta, I knew several people on the show. So, I watched. But something, the math wasn't mathing. And I need y'all, the women, I need some women. Cause I need Mindy and Sonia. Who else on it? And Tosh. The girl named Portia, who I thought was the most beautiful woman. Portia's bad. Portia, I don't know what was that other boy Cordell Stewart was thinking about, and I don't know, but this got me. It's got me. Something ain't adding up with me, and y'all help me. Talk me off the ledge. Is anybody still there? Somebody let me know they listening, because I want to know if anybody's still there. Because I need some help on this one. I need y'all help. Because Portia traded she traded in her $1.6 to $2 million check for 3.5 months of filming. A couple of weeks to promote the show. A few StreamYard interviews. And her Nation Dish check. She was working on Dish Nation check for 15 months of marriage. She traded that in for 15 months of marriage. 1.6 million. If anybody there, maybe y'all are gone. If y'all gone, then I can leave. Is anybody there? Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see. Are y'all off the show? I don't see no comments. Yeah, I saw myself comment. Maybe y'all come in over here. Let me see, because I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to see. Sonia, they say you watching. Trey Phillips, they say you watching. Let's see. Is anybody there? Because his math ain't. Okay. I need the help now. I need the math ain't mathing for me. Write it down if you don't understand. This girl on, she said, Portia, the girl on Housewives, she traded in her $1.6 million to $2 million check for 3 to 4 months of filming, in a couple of weeks to promote the show, The Housewife. I didn't know she was making that money. She had a few StreamYard interviews and her Dish Nation check, and she traded all it in for 15 years of marriage. And she got back $30,000 a month allowance from an undocumented alleged scammer who just got deported. She voluntarily traded $166,000 a month from Real Housewives, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Her Dish Nation check. Let her businesses fall to the side for $30,000. But she says she learned a lesson from her first marriage. The math ain't mathing. Okay. I'm just telling you, just the math wasn't mathing for me. Maybe I didn't. Y'all help me. I didn't get that one. I didn't get that one. Y'all got to help me now. So, y'all remember? I was talking about this player had a. She said bad karma. Okay. Somebody, I was supposed to talk about this kid, and I had to scratch his name off because I couldn't talk about him today. But shout out to Jeffrey Day because he came out with a tweet. He said, "Thanks. First of all, I want to thank all the players and prospects who competed in the top 80 showcase. Y'all came to compete. I couldn't have asked for anything more competitive output. Thanks for the teams who competed. So it's some basketball still going on right now, right? It's basketball still going on. And these guys are getting prepared for the TABC basketball camp this weekend. Anybody know about it? Anybody know when it started? I know a lot of people probably at some of these basketball games right now. What do y'all think? What I know is somebody better be somewhere talking to these guys. She said, what you may do to another company. Oh, I got you. I like that. But one thing that should be expressed to every kid at this camp, that if y'all know any of them, let's make sure you think about your academics. Because if you plan on going to college, you have to have both. You can't get your NIL money. You can't get none of this stuff. Sterling Creek said it. Thank you. The game starts Friday. You can't get any of this stuff if you don't have the proper grades. You can't have a 2.1. Can't have a 2.5. Got to have a 3.0. Somebody said they're here, they're at work. Okay, they can't say that. But are we talking to our kids about this, Sterling Creek? Sterling Creek, you'll be around some young men. Are we talking about this to them? How often do you talk about it to your young players you're around? See, you just can't every now and then. You got to be creative and talk to them about certain things, about use examples in life, what you did and how you thankful you got your education. Man, you thankful that you got to use it where if you got to put it in a rap, you got to put it in a song. Sometimes you got to meet them where they're at. You got to put it in a stream, because they listen to these streamers and they look at they so I don't even understand how they even looking at a stream or looking at anything if they don't even have a 3.0 grade point average. And they out trying to play basketball. Y'all just got to help me because this stuff just don't add up to me. And I was thinking about the other day because somebody told me this. This secondhand knowledge. I haven't vetted this completely, but they told me overtime, elite down in Atlanta. They took a group of kids overseas. I don't know if you heard this story, Sterling Creeks. And I was told that Overtime Elite took a stacked roster overseas and got dominated by the European youth clubs. Okay? Got a question. Is Europe outsmarting us? Because we got better players. OTE, they gathered some of the top talent in America and took them to the Euro League next gen powered by Adidas. They told me that OTE ended up going 1-2 in 3 games. They played 3 games, lost 2, won 1. What's the difference? It wasn't athleticism. We had the best athletes. It wasn't talent. People don't like me talking about this. It wasn't talent. Is it how the game was taught? How the game is taught? Is it that the European Youth Club runs real systems? Because I'm trying to figure it out. Patrick, just asking, did you make it to fund it for open play? No, I didn't get a chance to. Man, as soon as I got off the show, I had something to do. I didn't make it. Didn't make it. They'll be back at it tomorrow. Where we dominate in athleticism, they kill us with IQ. Okay. Because I'm just sitting there watching this. And we took a group of kids overseas, right? Right? So the European team, they was telling me, they run plays until the end of the shot clock. Move without the ball. Play defense as a unit. Like OKC is doing. See, ladies and gentlemen, I know you be going out there. I saw some of y'all parents this weekend. Man, I told you I had to get up and move. Shut the hell up. Talk to him in the gym. Encourage him. Great job. Great job, son. Good job. Then you get in the gym, you can do all that hollering and fussing and grouchy. And all them parents, I saw some grouchy ass parents too this weekend. Just mad at the damn world. But basketball is a team concept. Is it that in the USA, are we glorifying going viral too much? Whether Gary catch the right video, whether Baller's Life catch the right video. OTE now is the most viral basketball we have, isn't it? That's their model. It's going viral. These guys on OT, they literally TikTokers. ISO basketball, step back threes, highlight finishes, athletic dunks. Are those the things that get glorified in the basketball culture today? Y'all talk to me. Thank you, Sean. That's why when these kids meet discipline, basketball players, that they're playing in team basketball, is that why they lose? Big coach said, my first year in Germany, I was dumb as a bucket shrimp. The actions, the reads, when the cuts, when not the cut, it helps when it came back to training camp. But sheesh. He said, too many games, not enough skill work. I think that's the difference between us and the Euro League. I don't mind playing games because you got to get good at basketball, you have to play basketball. I don't mind games. I don't mind games. I don't mind the correct and proper game. See, I ain't gonna lie. I like the kind of games that they don't mind me stopping and saying, why did you do that? I know nobody want him. Man, it messes up the flow. You ain't got no flow. Your ass can't play yet. What was you thinking about here? What were you thinking about here? It's a classroom. You got to learn. But the reason I brought this up, for context, that INSEP team that they was playing against is an elite institution for French athletes under the age 19. This is where Wimby and them came from over in this state, France. Basketball team competes in the third division in France. Not the first and the second. They'll get killed in the third division. That team that beat the hell out of overtime elite, they lose every game in the third division. But they beat the brakes off overtime elite. OTE is full of guys that think they're going to the NBA in the next couple of years. But is it? But if they played in the lower league in Europe, OTE wouldn't win a game. Because INSEP, that team dominated OTE. OTE might have went 0 for 3 that weekend if it won for, what is his name, Cole Rosario. He had a big game against Salguiris, and that was the only win they had in the tournament. High school basketball in America has talent, ladies and gentlemen. Robert had to know that. But is it that the European have the structure? Do you think more skillful players could make you better? I don't know what you mean by that. Morris Parsons said, it's not just in basketball. It shows up in individual human celebration overshadows team account. He said, not too many games, not enough skill work. Okay, I talked about that. Travis, what you mean? You said, do you think more skillful players could make you better? Or more skillful players, what you mean? More skillful players around you make you better? Help me out with that one, Travis. I didn't get that one good. That good. Help me out a little bit, boss. Finals will resume tomorrow. Halliburton, I think, is out. Let me look and see if anybody texts me anything different. He got an MRI today. And let's see if anybody sent me anything. But I'm still listening. I might give y'all some information tomorrow. I got to figure out how I'm gonna frame something that I want to share with y'all tomorrow. It gets me. What do you mean, Travis? Come on now. We ain't got a few more minutes left now. I saw this too. And yes, it's a good time. I wanted to play it at the end of the show. Check this out, Mars.
Gatekeepers. Those have been my enemy of progress because I've seen them, I've met them, and I've been in touch with them. It's been people that you know, people that you admire. And that's always the hardest. So you're trying to get through. And you know that the insecurities, the jealousies, the bad mindedness, or whatever. So that racism wasn't the thing for me. That wasn't my fight, really, in the beginning. It was really just kind of like getting through to understand that I want to work as a group. I want to get everybody in. Let's all go together. And not realizing that everybody's not on the same thinking is what's my hardest thing. So when you see people in position, you think they're going to bring you through, or somebody looks like you, they're going to help you. That was the hardest thing to deal with. And seeing people in positions not do what I thought they should do. Not that I'm the one to tell you what to do, but that was always been my biggest block, is people who I think should be doing more, opening doors and deliberately closing them. And knowing.
Women Rock Wednesday. Y'all knew I was going to give y'all something else. People that got the power. And y'all know this is a subject that I ain't talked about today. It's all over the news. Because I'm not surprised. All playing a player with more skill than you could make your skills. Oh yeah, I got you. But they's talking about gatekeepers, and not all skin folks are your kin folks. Y'all, it's people that gonna try to prevent us. Y'all, let me tell you something. There's no way this show shouldn't be shared all over the world without people. But some people don't want to share it because they think it's gonna benefit me and Jimmy. Instead of understanding it's Morris, it's gonna benefit the people around the country. I'm gonna play this again, lady. This lady, this is this. I live this every single day. I live this every single day.
Gatekeepers.
Gatekeepers. People who got a little position. They look like you. Don't you want you in? Whatever industry you in. They call themselves gonna be people. We got people in Houston like that. Got people in the summer basketball community like that. Got people in high school basketball like that. Watch this.
Those have been my enemy of progress.
Those, some of our own people have been our enemies of progress. They might look like you out there, but they ain't thinking like you. All you got to do is go look at them black Trumpers. Watch this.
I've seen them, I've met them, and I've been in touch with them.
She's seen them. She's met them. She's been in touch with them. I've seen them. I've met them. I've been in touch with them. I'm telling you, it's a woman after my own heart.
It's been people that you know, people that you admire.
People that you know and people that you admire. Travis Lynch, I'm giving, boy, this is going to be a good one. Morris Parsons, you know this one, but keep going.
And that's always the hardest.
And that's what hurts. That people that you done helped.
So you're trying to get through. And you know that the insecurities, the jealousies, the bad mindedness, or whatever.
Now y'all see why I try to come and help. They don't want me to help y'all. I've heard it. I've seen the group text. They don't want me to help y'all. How to give away too many secrets. How to wisen them damn parents up, then we can't cheat them no more. Very true, Robert Hatter. We keep people out who could take us all further out. I'm in a fight with this mindset all the time in media. I know you are. I am too. I didn't know. All I'm trying to do is bring us all through. I like all of us to play. I want all of us to be on the golf course. It's the people don't want us. Don't go out there and play that thing. That thing is a dick. Don't go out there and play it. It's an experience like no other. Watch this.
That racism wasn't the thing for me. That wasn't my fight really in the beginning. It was really just kind of like getting through to understand that I want to work as a group.
Robert Hatter want to work as a group. I know how powerful we can be. If all of us, y'all see why this little woman resonates with me. If all of us share the show like we should have, and all of us we supposed to be right now a voting block that can get that the mayor or any candidate should be saying, I need to talk to the Chop Shop. I need to talk to the Chop Shop before I do anything, Kevin Freeman. Before we pass this bill, Chop Shop, what you think? We should be that powerful. I've been sharing it. I've been giving out the information. Everybody else has to. Y'all follow me? You feel me? When a person tell you they don't watch, any person tell you that they shouldn't be not to watch this show. You better watch their ass. But keep going.
I want to get everybody in. Let's all go together. And not realizing that everybody's not on the same.
And I know some of y'all watching this show today. Some of y'all watching it ain't come in. Just sit back in the back. Y'all ain't gonna come. Y'all don't like me. Y'all don't like Jimmy. I know it. Y'all just want to hear what we got to say, though. I know it. I know y'all out there. I ain't mad at you. I promise you, I ain't mad. Matter of fact, I love you. And ain't nothing you can do about it.
Thinking is what's my hardest thing. So that's always the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
So you're trying to get through, and you know that the insecurities, the jealousies, the bad-mindedness, or whatever. So that racism wasn't the thing for me. That wasn't my fight really in the beginning. It was really just kind of like getting through to understand that I want to work as a group. I want to get everybody in. Let's all go together. And not realizing that everybody's not on the same thinking is what's my hardest thing. So when you see people in position, you think they're going to bring you through. Or somebody.
When you see people in positions, all of them, they ain't trying to bring you through. Y'all better listen to me. Let me turn to this camera. Y'all better listen to me. Let me repeat that.
Is what's my hardest thing. So when you see people in position, you think they're going to bring you through. Or somebody looks like you, they're going to help you. That was the hardest thing to deal with. And seeing people in positions not do what I thought they should do. Not that I'm the one to tell you what to do, but that was always been my biggest block, is people who I think should be doing more, opening doors and deliberately closing them and knowing who they are.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's guys that have been on this show and then sit next to me and Jimmy. They don't speak to me no more. They still speak to him. Because I ain't with that. I ain't with it. But you done came on this show. I allowed you to come on this show. I ain't never asked you to come on nothing you do. I just know how powerful togetherness is. I've seen it. When you got the right people. You got people on the West Coast, people on the East Coast, people in Memphis, and I'm here in Houston, and we're all on the same page. It's possible. And it's 3 minutes after 2. And I'm about to get out of here because I got somewhere to go. But thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for the day, man. This was a powerful show. I'm just thinking about some of the things that we shared. Some of the things, like Mara said, I have ideas now I'm putting in place. I can't share them in the room because people take off with a part of the plan. Selfishness never will produce collective success. Absolutely. Thank you, Mars. Y'all, we can be good. Y'all, we got some. Man, if y'all knew the power that we had on this show, the people that's listening, the people that's in the background that's just peeking. But I'll see y'all later. I'm out. Let me hit that button.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live.